Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. How is everyone doing tonight? Gosh dang, it is Friday night, and we're doing a little late night with the Davey here for you guys on Friday, the 9th of January, 2026. We are already full swing. Thank you guys so much for joining. Holy cow, how about that last stream on the channel? That was a wild one, huh? Talking about the conformity gate. Guys, that was amazing. Thank you to everybody that showed up. All of the regulars, of course. It's always great having you guys there. And if there's anybody that's new to the channel that's coming back and this is their second time watching, then thank you so much for just, giving me a chance, as they say. So yeah, occasionally, just for if there's any new folks in the audience, even if you're watching after the fact, and in fact, that reminds me, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, notification bell, all that awesome stuff. That's the super easy, free, kick-ass way that you can help out the channel. And especially if you're watching after the fact, jump into the comments. Let me know where you would rank these movies, because yes, guys, we are going to rank the 2025 horror movies tonight. But yeah, the other night was crazy, guys. We peaked at 693 concurrent viewers here. Usually the peak, if I hit like 45 at peak, I feel pretty good, just based on the size of the channel and everything. So 693 is bonkers, basically 700, averaged about 300. Really just appreciate all of you guys. Huge shout out, obviously. Well, I guess maybe not obviously. I talked about it quite a bit during the stream, but huge shout out to Erica, our moderator. She was the one that reached out and was like, dude, you should cover this Stranger Things thing because it is going viral. And I had like heard about it, but was too busy to bother myself with it. So it's always great having people that are kind of watching your back like that. So thank you so much, Erica. Wouldn't have happened without you. I don't know if I said that. Maybe I did to you personally in a DM, but I'm saying it to the whole world now. Guys, we're at like 26,000 views on that stream, which is another bonkers number. If I log off and there's like 400 or 500, I'm like, all right, sweet. And then to log off and say that it was anticipating, or it was like counting everything up and saying 25,000 was totally nuts. About 150 new subscribers. So thank you to all the new folks. Trashbox Mandy gifted some memberships. It was a wild time. Whole bunch of people throwing out super chats. It was absolutely incredible. I'm kind of rambling, but I just wanted to thank you guys and just take a moment to step back and say that's a fucking crazy stream. Like, those aren't going to happen all the time. So it's just kind of wild when it does. You have to acknowledge it. You got to count your blessings. You got to celebrate your wins, and they could stack up. They could stack right on up. Okay, I'm going to say hi to everybody before I blah, blah, blah for too long. It's almost been about 4 minutes of just yammering about whatever. I'm bragging. No, I'm bragging for us, everyone. I just want to say what's up to everybody here. We got Lamontre Gillard. What's happening, Lamontre? Christine is hanging out and says, it's beginning to look a lot like Deathray everywhere you go. A little singing for you guys. We got Paula Fitzhenry, one of our great channel members. What's happening, Paula? So good to see you. Jason Carpenter is hanging out, saying he's having a sober, quiet Friday night, just cutting back on the booze. Jason, the cool thing about that is it's a very personal thing. So whenever you decide to, whether or not you partake in adult beverages or adult libations, sometimes it's good to have some sort of reset. For me, I just celebrated 5 months without alcohol. That was on the 6th. So we're just past the 5-month mark. I have not had anything. And like, for me, it just got to the point where I was like, dude, you are never doing this in a respectful, healthy way to your body or to the people that crafted the lovely booze that you're drinking. Well, not all the time was it lovely. But it was just this thing where I was like, oh my God, like I just realized that the thing had sunk its claws in me. So, hey, having a sober, quiet Friday night, sometimes it's nice to just have that night off or that break. But yeah, it's good to remember the next day. That's what I found out, and not to hate the next day. What's happening? We got Erica Stabs for likes, Miss Moderator and channel member, Erica. And I don't know if I said it, but Jason is a channel member as well. Welcome on in, Erica. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see here. Ooh, Christine has a bird. What kind of bird do you have, Christine? That's really cool. We got Brett from Good Real Hunting joining us, one of our great channel members, and Death Squad Mods. What's happening, Brett? I know you're excited to voice your opinion here. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. We got Gory Tiger in the house. What's happening, Gory? So good to see you. Always a pleasure. We got Antonis Andriotis. What's happening, Antonis? We got Tia Nina, another one of our great channel members. What's happening, Tia? Guys, Tia's hilarious. Got to hang out in the Discord. Discord is totally free. It's a lot of fun. We watch movies. We watch whatever. We share memes and pictures in the proper channel. Unless it's me and I just, I'm trying to be better about it. I'm trying to post it in the channel and then forward it to the main chat if I want everyone to see. There you guys go. You got the background on my issues with Discord. We got King Matthew the Third jumping on in. What's happening, King Matthew? Hope you have a great night at work, brother. Thank you for saying hello to us. We've got Erica dropping a $2 super chat saying, make a haven't seen it tier. Well, here's the cool thing about that, Erica, is you just don't even vote, or you can just like guess. Yeah, but you can just, what I would say is if you haven't seen, I haven't seen some of these movies. I'm not going to vote on any of them anyways, because newsflash, I dropped a top 10 horror movies of 2025. So you'll know what if you watch the video, you'll know what made my top 10. I'm not going to say anything that would give it away here in this stream, just in case you guys haven't seen the top 10 of 2025, my horror top 10 of 2025. So yeah, I'll give you guys a shot to check out that video if you haven't. But yeah, Erica, we just, you're a grown adult. You can do whatever you want, but I would just abstain from voting in that instance. All right, who else do we have jumping on here? Jigsaw is with us tonight. What's happening, Jigsaw? So good to see you. Hope you are doing very, very well here. We've got Blu-ray Addict. What's happening? Blu-ray, always a pleasure, my guy. We got Adrian James. I'll do it for Brett. Yo, Adrian, what's happening? There we go. That's for a little Bretty boy there. Speaking of Brett, dropping a $1.99 super chat, says, can't wait for Davey to present for real, I think he means real horror awards. Yes, there we go. Yes, recorded a little skit. One of the movies that we parodied in the skit, is probably going to come up tonight. But yeah, I'm not going to say anything else. It was a lot of fun doing that, by the way. And then, yeah, just my presentation. Once you guys vote and we know who the winner is going to be. So, Brett, feel free to share the link here in the chat if somebody hasn't already. I might be behind on the chat. But yeah, feel free to share the link. You guys can vote on the 2025 Good Real... Well, I guess it's 2026, but it's the 2025 Film Awards from Good Real Hunting, the Real Horror Awards. All right. Yeah, feel free to share that, guys. Let's see what else we got going on here. Aaron Click is joining us. What's happening, Aaron? Always a pleasure to have you in the mix, bud. So good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Hope the new year is treating you well. Thank you for engaging with me in lively, respectful, fun movie debate in the comments section. It's refreshing. Guys, we have a really cool group of people here. Like, we can talk movies and not get really weird with each other about it. At least I don't think I've seen it. And I try my best to not make it weird. Sometimes I think like when you're on this side of it, like I know other people that are like, I have a tough time not being like, but I like you guys a lot. So there we go. We got Miss Ray Online Filth. Hi, Ray. How are you doing? Don't worry, I'm not going to embarrass you. Not this time. Not this time. Hope you're doing well, Ray. What's with my evil laugh tonight? I feel like I've done that a couple times already. Stop that, Davey. Let's see here. Who else do we got? We have a Stranger Things expert, and it says sexpert. I was like, ooh, what's this? Long Walk is my #1 horror movie released last year. It was so depressing. You know what? And I have not seen that one yet. That's one of the ones I wouldn't be able to vote on. I've heard really great things about it, but I have not yet seen it. Let's see what else we got going on. I swear we are going to get to the voting here, guys. We got Prince jumping in. What's happening, Prince? Brad Underwood, how are you doing? What's wrong with the Tiermaker gate? What's going on? What happened? What happened? Is there something missing? I don't know. I didn't make I just found the list of all these movies. There's like 52 movies from 2025. So if there's something missing, it certainly wasn't done on purpose. We have our original Death Squad mod in the house. How are you doing, Jamie? So good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well. Hope the new year is treating you and your family excellently. Yeah, guys, one of our original, man, Jamie's been here since the early days and a channel member for just as long. So how about that? How about that? Thank you for sharing that. There you guys go. You can vote in the Real Horror Awards. I recommend it. I recommend it. Community is pretty awesome, huh? It feels good. It feels good being a part of it. You know what I can do? Check this out. That's my heart beating. How about that, Ray? There we go. I got all lover boy there for you. There's other sound effects that are really fun. We'll get into them. Tell me which one you guys like best. There's also, I'm going to use this tonight. Yeah. Once the voting is all finished. That's fun, right? I don't know what that's all about. And then that's another one I could use for Ray. Oh. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, okay. We are all caught up, hanging out with you guys, saying hello to everyone. Sweet. 24 people kicking it with us on a Friday night. I know it is relatively late. Thank you so much for spending your time here with all of us. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, all that kind of stuff. If you're watching this after the fact and you're like, damn, this is really fun. I wish I were there to vote. You really want to make sure you have the notification bell hit so you don't miss the next one. And you can always jump into the comments, let us know. You can hype the stream, all that kind of fun stuff. We are going to get into it, guys. I don't think I have any other business to get to. So how about it? That is pretty amazing. Under 15 minutes to actually get to the point. Let's see what we got here. I'm so sorry to hear that, Jamie. Oh, we've missed you too. We've missed you. I think I've seen you maybe on a couple streams just as an audience member. I think I saw you on, it was Brett's stream earlier this week. His In the Car stream. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope the year, I mean, the year can only get better from there. But I'm so sorry to hear that. And we're happy to have you here. I'm very curious to know, man, there's 52 movies we're going to vote on. I haven't seen all of these. I've seen most of them. But let's go ahead and switch on over. Yes, I am still with you, Tiermaker. Erica has just shared the link. And just in case you guys miss it when it gets shared, I pinned it in the chat. So you should be able to find it. But Erica, I do appreciate you putting it in the chat because some people don't see the pin. Or some people just show up and they're like, where the hell is it? Give it to me right now. That sounded dirtier than I meant it to be. Sorry about that. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get this rolling. Let me bring up this fun little banner here. There we go. There we are. How about it? Okay. Are you guys ready to vote? Are you psyched? Are you pumped? Are you ready? What do we got going on? I need to know. I need to know that you guys are psyched. Do I need to change up the music? Is it too intense? You guys let me know. Let's see what else we got. Hey, don't give it away, Christine. No, I'm just joking. Fair game, fair game. But if you guys haven't seen my top 10, yeah, you should check it out. It's interesting. There's some movies that I wanted to put Companion on there so bad because I really love that movie. But there's certain reasons why some movies got left off, and they just didn't feel like a horror movie, even though they had just because you have blood and a couple wild moments doesn't make your movie a horror movie, in my eyes, or it doesn't make it horror enough to be included in that group. Again, guys, Jaws is my favorite movie of all time. I would not describe it as a horror movie, but if someone called it that, I'd be like, oh yeah, I mean, sure. I'm not going to hate on you for saying, like, you can totally call it a horror movie. I just don't think of it that way. What's happening? I believe it's Paul. Yes, Paul? What's happening, Paul? So good to see you. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on into this thing that we've got going. What's happening, Jeff? Welcome on in, man. Jeff, is this your first time joining us? I think this might be your first time joining us. If it is, welcome. You are kicking it with the Death Squad. We are going to do an live audience with Tiermaker, voting, blah, 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 of the 2025 horror movies. We are just about to get started. What's happening? Wander this world. And yes, guys, the link is pinned in the chat if you would like to vote. Looks like the very first film up on our ranking out of 52 movies is 28 years later, a very divisive entry in 2025. Some people put it in their top and did it make my top 10? I don't know. Is it going to make another top 10? I don't know. But anyways, here we go, guys. 60 seconds for each one of these, so we're not here all night because I will just blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so here we go. Voting is open now. Have at it. Let's see where this one goes. I didn't even go over our categories. I'll do that really quick. So we got at the top tier, Here for a Long Time. This thing is a future classic. Almost Perfect is like, man, I really love it, but it didn't quite make it there for me. Here for a Good Time is like, man, this movie was really fun. I don't think it's like anything super special or high art, or that it's saying something or even trying to say something like relative or relevant or important or anything like that. It's just like fun and you know, it's there. That Was Something is the, I don't even know, like, is this bad? Is it decent? I'm not getting a good vibe from this. And then there's Burn My Eyes Out. I never want to watch this movie again. Get it the fuck out of my face. You guys are very, very nice, by the way. When it comes to movies, when it comes to the candy that a certain Davey Deathray knows and loves and cherishes, you guys are the devil or the davil. Okay, there we go. I just accidentally skipped Woman in the Yard because they moved the play button over and add a skip button. Isn't that nice? So we just missed out on one. I'm sorry, guys. But okay, 28 years later is in That Was Something with 16 votes. We'll go over all the voting afterwards. Sorry, Woman in the Yard. I don't think you would have, you know, landed in a nice spot. And you know what, guys? I'm actually going to go average vote. We're gonna roll with the average vote. I think that's the best way to go, you know, with these Tiermaker rankings. So let's go ahead, and what we'll do, since there's 52 of these, I'll go in like batches of 5 or something, and then I'll jump in the chat and we'll have a little yammer session. Okay, so next up is Wolfman. This one came out in January, I believe. Yeah, this was one of those movies where I was like, you know, if it had an actual like long action sequence at about 2/3 the way through, there was an opportunity for them to do something really cool and they just didn't do it. The movie to me just seemed to kind of meander quite a bit. And you know, I was like, when is this movie going to get going? And then before I knew it, it was over. It was like it never really crescendoed for me. And there were some good performances. You know, I think Julia Garner's really good in the movie. I thought she was the best part of the movie, actually. I did like the way that like the Wolfman has this warped kind of vision, and I, you know, can't understand, you know, human language anymore or whatever. But I loved the way that they like played with those effects, and they did a really cool job of like moving the camera in and out as they played with those effects. Okay, so next up is going to be Weapons, but 28 years later and Wolfman are both in That Was Something. And again, guys, if you want to participate in the ranking, then, you know, the link is pinned in the chat. I think I'm actually here, guys. This is what I'm feeling. I want to do this. Let's see here. Yeah, I want to change the vibes a little bit with the music. There we go. Yes, I'm digging this a lot more. This is just a bit more relaxed since we're doing a nice little, you know, Tiermaker ranking. Let's just chill and hang out with each other. Okay, so next up is Weapons. This is a movie that was so highly anticipated and performed very, very well. A lot of people really loved this movie. Very few people would say it wasn't good, but I do think it was divisive as far as like and love goes, you know, between those two. Let's see what you guys say. 60 seconds for weapons is starting now. And if you want to know how I feel about weapons, maybe you should check out my top 10. Maybe you should. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Yeah, this music is just nice and chill, you know? You know? Oh man, Heretic's so good, guys. We'll see how much arguing happens, right? We will see, Ray. I think it'll be pretty chill. I'm not going to sit here and give reviews for every movie. Like I reviewed Weapons, and then I might have talked about it in a certain top 10 video. So I don't need to sit here and like blah, blah, blah about it all day. But I think it's in a good spot right now where it's at currently, I would say. I could see it, you know, being between this spot and the next one below for me. Somewhere in there. I think this one's pretty good. All right, there we go, guys. Voting for weapons is done. It is in the almost perfect category. We've got some more people voting now, which is very exciting. It looks like we have 18 people voting, so that's excellent. That's what I heard from so many people, so it's kind of funny. Kind of funny that I accidentally skipped it. I know. There might be a certain content creator out there that'll try to like say terrible things about me. If they catch that clip. They're just going to infer something totally wild from like, you know, an honest mistake. Ray did get a wrench. Yes, she did. We are all mad here. Yeah, Jamie, it was crazy. The other night, I don't know if you saw, but the Stranger Things stream got to like 693 people concurrently, and we averaged like 300, and it was wild. So whole lot of modding going on there. Yeah, I really liked that. That element was really cool. Wander. Yeah, I think that one was pretty awesome. Yeah, we just started it, Ty. Welcome on in, by the way. Our guy Ty Lee. Hope you are doing well. Let's go ahead and keep this rolling here. Yeah, we've only gone through really 3 of them so far. I accidentally skipped Woman in the Yard. But let's keep it going with VHS Halloween. This will be interesting. I will talk about this one because I didn't review it. So Yammer session starting now. Voting starting now as well. So VHS Halloween, I thought it started out pretty strong. You know, there was like the kids that are like a little too old, right? The 2 girls that are a bit too old. No, there are multiple groups of people that are too old to be trick-or-treating. But it starts with the 2 girls that go into the house, and there's the whole baby thing going on. And then it does have the people that are too old that take more than one treat, and it's kind of like this comedic skit. That was bizarre. But I really liked the first one, the 2 girls with the whole baby shit. Not baby shit, but the whole baby thing. And then the very last one, the family that was like running the haunted house. It was like what the dad was known for in town. Like, I dug that. I didn't really dig the interstitials, you know, the trying to get the formula right for the next like trendy soda drink. I thought that was just kind of dumb. But VHS Halloween, yeah, I can see it being in here for a good time. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again because I have seen other anthology films that are just so much better. So if I were ever to be like, oh, I want to watch an anthology movie, I'd probably put on some sort of like, you know, creep show. Or, I mean, you know which one I saw recently that I really liked was Black Sabbath, the Mario Bava anthology movie. That's one of the strongest ones I've ever seen, for sure. Mario Bava's stuff is exhilarating, man. The colors and the makeup and the eeriness of the stories. There's just something, you know, his films are so good. But you guys put here for a good time for VHS Halloween. Let's move on over to The Virgin of the Quarry Lake. I don't know if I've ever heard of this movie, guys. Let's see if any of you have seen it. We have 19 participants right now. So far, the clock is going for The Virgin of the Quarry Lake. So yeah, let's see if anyone watched it. What's happening, Raggedy Man? One of our great channel members. Hope you are doing well. Okay, I think I figured it out. I wasn't hitting the little colored squares representing the choice. It's not exactly super obvious. That's where you... Yeah, I think I did that, Aaron, like the first time, because, you know, Darren from Slaughtered Lamb and Only Sands, he does these. I mean, you know, I was inspired by him doing them, but also didn't want to just do the exact same thing. Like, guys, we're just going to rank movies from this year. I wanted to find a little bit more of a different way to do it. Yeah, when I first voted on one of his streams, I was like, wait, how do you do this? Kind of an old man moment. Let's be honest. You know, both of us are of an advanced age, I would imagine. Well, I'm just guessing. I think we're about the same age. Okay, there we go. The Virgin of the Quarry Lake ended up in Here for a Good Time. And guys, at the end of all the voting and everything, we will take a look at each one of these entries, how many votes they received, the vote breakdown and all that kind of fun stuff. But we are going on average vote instead of most votes. I think average vote is the one that's just, honestly, I just think it's more fair for the kind of arrangement that we have. So let me go ahead and center that. Okay, there we go. I like that better. So guys, Until Dawn is next. Old Man Yammering with Davey Deathray. Oh, what's happening, David? You did not miss much. We have just gotten going, and the link is pinned in the chat if you want to join us on the voting. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anyone else. I don't think I am. We got Joe from Media Poop Shoot jumping on in with a $2 super chat. Says, hey, everyone, in and out playing Quarry with the fam. Hell yeah, Joe. Thank you so much for the super. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Media Poop Shoot yet, you should go ahead and show Joe some love. One of the mods, feel free to share his link there in the chat. And then, yeah, I guess I didn't even say this either. There is a super chat goal. So, you know, if we get 8 more super chats within this stream or whatever, I'll do a bonus stream. So I'll come home from work tomorrow and I'll stream again tomorrow, and I'll let you guys pick what that stream is about. But let's go ahead and get on over to Until Dawn. Another one I haven't seen. 60 seconds starts now. I didn't hear very good things about Until Dawn. You know, I think it was mostly people that had played the game were pretty disappointed in how the movie shook out. And then I think the people that didn't have the game for, you know, as a reference, they were like, oh, well, it was like okay for what it was. You know, you can't really take offense if you don't really, you know the source material. I don't know the source material. And I know, is this one of the games, Jamie, that you've talked about quite a bit? I know you've recommended some games to me. But this one is in That Was Something so far. Let's see if it keeps that up. 20 seconds left, guys. Hope you are doing or having fun with this so far. We got Rick jumping in, says, never even heard of the Virgin of Quarry Lake. Yeah, me neither, Rick. Welcome on in, man. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, let's go ahead, and there we go. That one is wrapped. Until Dawn is in That Was Something. And coming up next, a movie that I had so much fun with this year, or last year in 2025, the Toxic Avenger remake. It's not even really a remake. It is just like a reimagining or a reboot, because they don't try to tell the same story. But we've got, you know, just another jumping off point for Toxie. So let's see what you guys think. I am curious to know. I think we've got a couple people in the chat that didn't really like this movie, but I left the theater feeling like I just left a rock concert. So here we go. 60 seconds starts now. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that, Erica. There you guys go. You can sub on over to Media Poop Shoot. Rick, you are kicking it with the Death Squad, bud. Is this your first time? If it is, welcome on in, man. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to vote, the link is pinned in the chat so you can join us on the live voting. This is all you guys and just me facilitating. It's just one of the really fun things we do over here in our little corner of horror YouTube. We got Ty Lee dropping a $5, says, I didn't like Until Dawn and was confused during most of it. Now, Ty, did you play the game? Are you a fan of the game? Because, yeah, I think it's kind of got some sort of Groundhog Day kind of vibe going on, meets horror, which I guess makes a lot more sense in a video game when you're actually playing the character instead of just watching. So there we go, guys. Toxic Avenger is all wrapped up on the voting, and it is in That Was Something. I am friggin' shocked. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's Bubblegum Gate all over again, isn't it? I don't know how I feel about this, guys. Here's how I feel about it. There we go. Okay, Ty, did you follow up on your super chat here? Thank you so much for the $5, by the way, bud. Really appreciate you. Oh my God, I had so much fun with it. What did this movie do to you? Where did it show me on the doll where the Toxic Avenger touched you? Oh my gosh, you guys, come on. Okay, so here we go. What's our next one? We've got Together. 1 minute for Together. Where is this one going to end up? I bet it's going to be right next to Toxic Avenger, since I liked it. Anything I like here, you guys end up hating just for fun. No, I'm just joking. I'm just giving you shit. But Together, yeah, I really love this movie. Walking out of the theater, I mean, even during the theater watching experience, I was like, oh my God, like this movie is making me feel so uncomfortable in so many ways. Yeah, I really liked Together quite a bit. I thought the acting was superb. Allison Brie and Dave Franco were so fucking good together. I mean, it makes sense, right? Never played the game. So yeah, you're confused and you never even played the game. So I guess they didn't do a good job at explaining the lore. Together's my second favorite of the year. All right, we might be close. Yeah, I really dug Together so much. Okay, let's go ahead and put a pause on that. Together ends up in... Oh, I put a pause on it and it didn't pause. Together ends up in Here for a Good Time. For me, it would be Here for a Long Time for me with Together. I really, really enjoyed that movie quite a bit. Okay, let's see here. I can't look at that poster for Together without freaking out about eyes. Yeah, I thought the artwork was all really well done. There's the other poster where their hands are like underneath each other's like arm skin, like, you know, as they're holding each other. Okay, here we go, guys. The Ugly Stepsister. Now, I did see this movie. It didn't make my top 10, and it's because it does have these horror elements and these body horror elements for sure. It didn't quite tip the scale into like a full-fledged horror movie for me, but it is a really, really good movie. So that's not a knock on the film at all. It's just sometimes certain movies might not have made my top 10 because I didn't think that they hit on the horror side as much as the ones that were actually there. So, but yeah, The Ugly Step, and it was wild. Some of the decisions they made with, you know, it's a foreign film. I think it's French or Belgian or something like that. And man, some of the nudity decisions were like very daring. I mean, they show some shit in that movie. That's pretty gnarly for sure. Okay, so right now it's in Here for a Good Time. Let's see if that's where it ends up. So yeah, there we go. The Ugly Stepsister there in Here for a Good Time, along with Together, the version of The Quarry Lake, and VHS Halloween. So wow, we haven't had one crack to Here for a long time. I'm surprised that there's 3 of these that I thought had potential to do that. This next one, Strangers Chapter 2, I don't think it has the potential to be Here for a long time, but you guys might do it just to spite me. Here we go. 60 seconds for voting starts now. And we have 22 people voting. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. I would have to watch it again to maybe catch those. Maybe I was just so lost in the moment. It was very like just relationship wise. I thought they handled that aspect of it very well. And I liked just how like, I don't know, there was something just on a visceral level with the effects that really affected me. Let's see where we're at here. We're more than halfway through on the Strangers Chapter 2. And right now it is in That Was Something. I'm surprised this isn't in Burn My Eyes Out, because I know these movies aren't getting any love. I have not seen any of the new ones yet. I don't really have any desire to see them. But man, Toxic Avenger's not far away from this one. Let's just say that. That kind of blows my mind. Kind of blows my mind a bit, people. All right, coming up next, we got Shelby Oaks. And yeah, Strangers Chapter 2 ends up in That Was Something? All right, here we go. What do you guys think of Shelby Oaks? Am I a jerk about Shelby Oaks? Just thought it was like a cover band, you know, playing the hits that they didn't write. It's kind of what Shelby Oaks felt like to me. A well-made movie that I had no interest in and hardly any recollection of. You know, there's just like certain things I remember seeing where I'm like, yes, that makes it a horror movie. But yeah, I just thought it was soulless and by the numbers, I guess. I don't know. That sounds really harsh, but yeah, it just seemed, yeah. Dang, haven't seen the last three. You should check out Shelby Oaks. I would be curious to know what you think of it, Ray. All right, we got less than 10 seconds left on Shelby Oaks, and right now it's in Here for a Good Time. Shocking. All right, there we go. Shelby Oaks officially in the books here, and it is, yeah, right there in between VHS Halloween and The Ugly Stepsister in Here for a Good Time. Tia Nina says, Shelby Oaks sounds like the name of an assisted living facility. Yeah, the other night I made a joke about how it sounds like an emo hair band from the 2000s. You know, they would write songs called Sometimes She Hurts and shit like that. I don't get the hate towards Shelby Oaks. First-time director film, I was very impressed by Chris Stuckman. Yeah, the film, the technical side of everything looked really good, Brett. I think it was like well shot and everything. I don't think Stuckman's a good writer. I didn't like the story to me was not, didn't interest me. I feel like we've seen a lot of movies that are really similar to what Shelby Oaks did, and I didn't see how Shelby Oaks, you know, put itself aside or out of the pack, you know. So yeah, I mean, I think that if somebody else wrote a movie and he directed it, I would be more interested in that than seeing him be, you know, become some sort of like auteur kind of thing. I don't think he has, I think that's a rare thing for somebody to be like writer, director. Like you have to have some real good chops. I don't think that's for everyone. Love Shelby Oaks, but creepy atmosphere goes a long way for me, and it has it. And almost nothing else. You know, and that's the thing too, is like it has all of those things where you're like, I've seen this thing and I've seen this thing and I've seen like everything that happens in the movie, like I've seen it happen in some other movie. So that's why it just felt like a cover band. It's like Chris is like, I know what I like as a fan. So instead of trying to like come up with my own idea, I'm just gonna like do those things within the confines of this really simple story that I have. And I just gave Shelby Oaks a more comprehensive review than he gives reviews for movies that he reviews, which is wild, Okay, let me see. Let's, what do we got? Ooh, Sinners. Maybe this will finally be the one that cracks into Here for a Long Time. Let's see what you guys say. The voting has begun, and it all started out there. Now it's in Almost Perfect. It's back up. Now we got a lot of activity here with Sinners, and I know that this will generate some conversation as well. Shady Pines. I got 2 tickets to see Shelby Oaks live. Oh, which guy from Shelby Oaks is your favorite? I don't know. I like the bassist. He has like really cool hair and he's so quiet. So I think he's like just really mysterious, and he has great backup vocals. Shelby Oaks open for Faber Drive. There you go. Guys, we have less than 20 seconds left to vote on Sinners. It is currently in the Almost Perfect category. Yeah, she got a filthy mouth in that movie too. Yeah, I love Sinners. I thought it was so damn good. Love it. Aaron, you must be a fan of The Ritual then, right? I would imagine the 2018 Ritual. All right, there we go. Sinners is in Almost Perfect. Guys, I don't know if we're going to have a Here for a Long Time. I want to, let's see here. So if we did most votes, this is how things would shake out. I don't really like most votes. Let's see. Interesting. Yeah, I like average. We'll take a look at both, but let's keep it going with average. It's funny because you put average and they're all in the middle. Okay, so let's see here. Most overrated movie of 2025. Wow. I don't know about that. I mean, gosh, I don't want to say what I think mine is because it might end up on a top 10 worst horror movies of 2025. Yeah, not everyone can be there's other folks out there too, but they are very few and far between, right? So, yeah. Yeah. And it's true. David Lynch is amazing. Not everyone can be him, but I can try to have his hair. You know? Okay, let's see what we got here. Paul saying, I like Shelby Oaks, but it could have gone darker and have a few more twists. Yeah, there really wasn't much to the story, unfortunately. Aaron says Sinners was good, but I thought it ended up being pretty predictable. Wait, what, Davey? What did I say? I don't know. I must have missed you on that one. Let's see here. All right, so Sinners is in Almost Perfect. Next up is Silent Night, Deadly Night. Let's see. Where are you guys going to put this one? Man, I had so much fun with this movie. This movie was a friggin' blast. I think Rowan Campbell is just a total rock star of an actor, and I've always liked Christmas-themed horror movies, but this year I watched a shitload of them, and I'm like really falling in love with that, you know, sub genre, as it were. So we got about 20 seconds left to vote on Silent Night, Deadly Night. Let's see what you guys are saying. We got Brad Hawk Talk in the house. 2025 movies were great. Hopefully 2026 can be even better. I hope so too, because Evil Dead Burn. Evil Dead Burn, Brad. And Evil Dead Burn. All right, Silent Night, Deadly Night. What do we got going on? There we are. I'm going to pause it there. And that one ends up in here for a good time. Guys, should we switch up the voting and do the friggin' most votes? That's a little more fun, huh? Is this one more fun? Do you guys like more votes? Most votes instead of average vote? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I guess I should put that up as a poll before we start. How about that? Let's see. What about Sinners is what I meant. Well, what do you mean? Did I say anything bad about Sinners? I don't think I did. I think Sinners is really good. I was reading through some chats, so I don't know. Maybe that's what that was. It was a fun surprise. Yeah, I thought the preview made it look good, but I thought the movie was even better. Yeah. Rick prefers the 2012 version. The 2012 version is, yeah, it's like your what if Rob Zombie got to do Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's a mean film. It's very mean-spirited, right? And it's like its own thing. I do like that it stands out as its own thing. And what I really liked about this remake is that it pays homage to the original, but then they still put their own twist on it, right? I don't want to say what the twist is here, you know, just because I know a lot of people might not have seen the movie already. Christine wants most votes. There we go. Most votes makes sense. There we are. Aaron wants it average. Erica says most. Ray says most. We'll keep it with most. How about that? Mods win. Well, just the majority. No. Brett, you didn't watch my top 10 horror movies of 2025? Are we even friends? I'm just joking. Yeah, no, you'll find out where it is. It would not be in my bottom 10. Okay, let's jump on back over here. We got David Cronenberg's The Shrouds. Guys, I totally missed this one. I heard something about it when it came out, or maybe right before it came out. I have not seen this movie, so I don't even know what to tell you about it. Who is the actress there? She looks so familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. I can't even tell who either one of these people are. Let me know in the chat, guys. I can't be bothered with this stuff. It's not like I, run a channel where I talk about horror movies or anything like that. Ray, Brett, go to your Shelby Oaks retirement home. I've heard there's really good atmosphere at the Shelby Oaks retirement home. That's what I've heard. I would imagine there must be. Yes. Oh, Blu-ray. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen everything that Cronenberg's done, but recent stuff you said. Okay. Sorry, I totally skipped past the word recent. Yeah, I haven't seen anything recent. Saw him in Jason X. I haven't seen any of the recent movies though. Brett from Good Real Hunting dropping the 199 says we are not friends. We're family. Oh, well, thank you so much, Brett. You're such a sweetie. Oh my gosh. Let's pause that. Sorry, guys. It already went into Screamboat. I just want to see where the shrouds ended up, and that was something. Okay, so moving back on over to Screamboat, which is in here for a long time right now because we live in a mad, mad world. Let's see what else we got going. Shelby Oaks, where emo goes to die. Where you just have hair that's like this. Hi, this is my hair. I think David Cronenberg's masterpiece is still A History of Violence, but The Fly and Videodrome are definitely up there. Yeah, I really like, Scanners? That's him, right? I really like Scanners quite a bit. Okay, there we are wrapping things up with Screamboat. It has taken an epic fall from here for a long time all the way down to that was something? And what is next, guys? Let's see what's next. Ooh, Rosario. This is another one I missed. I know David Dasmalchian is in this movie. You know, haunted spirit in an apartment, I think is basically the, you know, the short and skinny of it. You guys can let me know in the chat. Anyone that's seen the movie, let me know. But that's the vibe I got from the trailer. Always heard Shelby sells good oaks. Is that a drug reference or is that prostitution? Or maybe some other third perverted thing. I don't know. Videodrome or A History of Violence? Shelby's Oats. Yes. Yes. You can live at Shelby Oaks retirement home and they'll feed you Shelby's Oats. All right, less than 5 seconds left on Rosario, which is in the almost perfect category. Oh my goodness. That is incredible. I guess, like Ray is saying here, I need to see this immediately. Yeah, if it's getting this kind of vote, then gosh, I guess like whatever little bit I heard about that movie was way off. The preview just looked kind of run-of-the-mill to me, so it didn't move the needle enough to where I felt like I had to run out and see it, if that makes sense. And sometimes that's just the way it is. You know, I watched 43 movies in the theater in 2025. I didn't get A-list until like April, but I saw 43 movies in the theater. 43 horror movies. I saw like 49 new movies or something like that this year. It's crazy. It's close enough to Shelby's Oats to where I like it. Let's see here. David, however, Dast Malchian. I can do it. Dastmalchian. I don't know. I mean, I based like Late Night with the Davey off of a movie he was in, so clearly I enjoy the performer. Yeah, that Dust Bunny movie that he's in right now with Mads Mikkelsen, and I think Sigourney Weaver's in that as well. But let's go ahead and go to The Ritual. Guys, this is not the 2018 awesome movie called The Ritual about the, you know, grown men that go to, you know, pay ode to a friend of theirs that has passed away and get entrapped in this crazy, wild folklore. Well, there is kind of a lair in the movie. Folklore story. No. This Ritual has Dan Stevens and Al Pacino, and it's basically it's based on the real story that The Exorcist was based on. So it just plays out like a really shitty version of The Exorcist, where instead of going to the girl's home, the girl is brought to a church. It is really bad. I went and saw it in the theater because I heard it was so bad, and oh my God, this movie is excruciating. Like, the camera work is dreadful. The lighting and just the whole look of the film is so drab and morose. I think it's a good use of that word there. Dan Stevens, awful. Terrible accent. I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on Dan Stevens. Maybe that's a hot take. And Al Pacino is like, I mean, he's just Al Pacinoing the hell out of the whole thing. So It's kind of ridiculous when it's mixed with everything else. Religious possession movies don't really do it for me too much, and this one was absolute trash, in my opinion. Okay, and let's see where it is. It ends up in almost perfect. I just sat there and railroaded it, but some of you guys really, really love that one. They do not go to Shelby Oaks. No, they just go on a hike. They just go on a hike. Let's see what else we got going here. Blind Bot Begonia. If I had legs, I'd kick you in the Black Phone 2 on Blu-ray today. All right. I've heard really good things about Begonia. I haven't seen it, though. I have not seen it, but yeah. Jamie wins the Jamie Hart Award for most movies in the theater for 2025. I hope so, Jamie, because I know that Sam and Brendan over at Our Life in Horror, they're going to be giving away that award. And I listed all the movies I saw in the theater. And now that I'm thinking of it, it was 43 movies in the theater. That's horror and non-horror. But then there were some other new movies like VHS Halloween and some other movies that were direct to streaming, Night of the Reaper, that I watched as well. But yeah, 43 movies in the theater, pretty good. That's like amazing for me. It's going to be crazy to see what it's like this year with a whole year of, the A-list and everything. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on over to the next one. Presents. Steven Soderbergh's Presents. Let's see what we got here, guys. Voting starts now. Here for a long time is where it starts. That's natural, because I would say people that really love it get their vote in really quick for all movies. And then look at that. It jumped all the way down to That Was Something. I'm not going to say too much about this one because I did talk about it perhaps already, either in my top 10 best or my top 10 worst. So I don't want to say too much about it and like tip my hand. But I'm really curious to see what you guys think, because man, Soderbergh just does I think he did 3 movies in 2024, because it went to Sundance in 2024. It was actually released in 2025. It basically sat on the shelf for a year. But I think he did 3 movies in 2024, if I'm not mistaken. And this one is wrapping up. You guys have put Presents in. That Was Something? Yeah, I'm kind of surprised there, but here we go. Predator, Killer of Killers. I did not see either Predator movie this year. I don't know that I consider these Predator movies horror. I mean, are they? They're like space adventure sci-fi? I don't know if they're horror. Maybe the animated one, but whatever the other, Badlands, it didn't look like a horror movie at all to me. We got Ben Grimm joining us. What's happening, Ben? So good to see you. He said it's like the small chin. It is. The small chin. Is that what it means? Is that what somebody just said? You got a small chin? Is that what it is? I'm curious. Anyways, now I'm lost in thought because Ben Grimm just swoops on in and says some shit that just knocks me for a loop. Guys, Ben Grimm recommended that we watch a movie called Bloodbeat this Christmas on the Discord. Voting is wrapping up for Predator, Killer of Killers. And it ends up in almost perfect. All right, so I guess I got to see this one too. Ben had recommended a movie called Bloodbeat. Oh my God, I love this movie so much. Ben, thank you for recommending it. It is seriously a group of people just making the best movie they can with not, top of the line equipment. Doesn't look like they have a lot of money, but it's got the spirit of The Evil Dead, even though the plot of the movie is not like The Evil Dead. It just sort of has a kind of feel, maybe even more homemade feel than Evil Dead. But man, I thought the movie was so charming, and it doesn't stack up with the quality of production that these movies have that are in our Tiermaker list right now. But man, Bloodbeat, so good, so fucking good. Okay, let's go ahead and continue here. Next movie up is Badlands, Predator Badlands. Let's see where this one lands for you guys. James Ellsworth Chin. Ritual was my number 1 on my worst of the year list, says Ben Grimm. Yeah, it It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in the theater, for sure. Killer of Killers and Badlands were both amazing, says Brad. Horror adjacent. The animated one is actually impressively gory. Yeah, I would imagine that one would have a chance because killing like cartoon monsters, I mean, literally in Badlands, it seems more cartoony. Like this killing CG monsters and having green blood come out, to me, doesn't make something horror. Now, the first Predator movie, I think you could say is a horror movie. That's the only one. I mean, Predator 2 has like horror elements, but it's more of like a gritty cop drama, with impressive gore. All right, that one is over for Predator Badlands, which ends up in... Where did it go? Burn My Eyes Out. Oh my gosh. So we've got people in the chat that really loved Killer of Killers and did not so much like Predator Badlands. So how about that? Very, very interesting, guys. And coming up next, this is one that I did not see. Another one. Pinocchio Unstrung. I guess this is part of that. Is this part of that Twisted Universe, or is that the one that's coming out with Robert? Is it Robert Englund that's in that one as Jiminy Cricket or whatever? I don't even know. I can't keep track of these like public domain horror movies, you know? Keelan, I'm so sorry to hear that you're sick, bud. You should still watch, or you can like just listen, close your eyes and moan like, I'm dying. But I hope you're not. I was like, Keelan's been quiet lately. I hope it just means that he's kicking it with his lady. And you could have very well been doing that, but maybe because you've also gotten sick. Burn My Eyes Out is insulting. That movie was fantastic. Well, remember what you said about Sinners? So, oh, I'm such a bitch. All right. Pinocchio is rounding out in 1 second. There we go. That one is finished. And Pinocchio Unstrung ends up in Burn My Eyes Out. And guys, I have no idea what this is. This is a Max show. Oh, Max original. So it's not a show. It's a movie called The Parenting. I've never heard of this. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell me what this is, because frankly, I'm confused. So I need to know. Predator results surprise me. It does surprise me that they're like diametrically opposed, Yeah, the first one's really good, Tia. Put an end to the Pooniverse. I guess I wouldn't complain. I don't think I've seen any of those. Show me on the doll where Badlands hurt you. It's touched you, Brett. That makes it even worse. And more uncomfortable to say. Oh, hey, I said Sinners was overrated, not Burn My Eyes Out. It's true. It's true. How dare you say it's overrated? No, you're not the only one that I've heard that said that. I saw it at a press screening, and I was pretty impressed. Pretty impressed at the press screening. All right, 5 seconds left for The Parenting. What is this movie? What is this? 5 votes, so not many people saw it, and it's in Burn My Eyes Out. Let's go ahead and move on to another Twisted Universe film, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. This is one that I actually heard mostly good things about. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting over my upper respiratory thing. My throat has been dry, and for my work, I have to talk at work all day. So I was talking for like 7 hours, and then I come home and choose to talk for more. So if you feel bad for me, like, you could throw a $2 super chat. And we could reach that goal, and you could get me to talk for you even more tomorrow. But I guess I wouldn't mind having the night off. If I had the night off tomorrow, I could probably watch a couple movies with Ray. Hey there, Ray. How are you doing? Did you guys catch the last stream where I said some stuff? You can probably figure it out. 5 seconds left for Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Let's see where this one ends up. I'm going to pause that, and it ends up in Burn My Eyes Out. Okay, I like it. You guys are getting a bit more like daring, and you're just going for it with your votes. I like the most votes. I think that's the way to go, because average vote. Look, everything literally ends up in the middle. It sucks. Sucks. It's a shitty way to do. This is the communist way, and this is the free market way. All right, here we go, guys. The Monkey. Osgood Perkins, The Monkey, coming up. This was... I almost forgot about this movie, but man, I thought the first third of this movie was hilarious. When Tatiana Maslany is in the film, like, it's just fucking, it's a laugh riot. Even a little bit after she's in the movie, it's really funny. But yeah, there's sometimes these like Stephen King stories, like 2/3 of the way through, it's like he doesn't know what to do with them anymore. Like, he's got this really interesting premise and some like quirky characters, and then he gets to the end and he's just like, I don't know. It's like you're finishing a guitar solo, instead of like ending in an articulate manner, you just go back to the thing. Like, you didn't really play any notes. It was just gobbledygook. Gobbledygook. Guys, have you seen a movie called Shark Side of the Moon? A little bit of a tangent, but have you seen that? It's a wild movie, man. Fucking wild. 10 seconds left on The Monkey from Osgood Perkins. I thought it was really awesome that Oz just got to do something that was, you know, not his auteur kind of thing. All right, so where did The Monkey end up? It ended up in Almost Perfect. I am not surprised. I know that movie got a lot of love, and I had a lot of fun with it as well. I don't know if I'm quite there on Almost Perfect. I'd probably say Here for a Good Time personally. But I love Osgood Perkins. I'm a big fan. Big fan. Okay, guys, Megan 2.0, which this is not a horror movie. I kind of just want to skip this movie. The Donkey. The monkey ain't bad. Some good kills. Yeah, there are some really funny moments and some pretty impressive kills for sure. Yeah, I'm at it again. Yeah, I talk a lot. A lot. So, yeah. I'm sorry, Ray. It's true. There we go, Tia. Yeah. I can't get over this. The donkey. The monkey. The monkey's foot. No worries, Aaron. No worries. You're all good, man. You're amongst friends. Let's go ahead and get this rolling with Megan 2.0. This is not a horror movie. I kind of want to skip it. Should we skip it? This movie is just like, it just doesn't need to exist. Let's just say that. Gavin, our guy Mud Nelson, is in the chat saying the monkey really did fall off at the end. Yeah. Theo James, though, man, one of the best. His American accent is so good. His voice, he's just got a very, like, right at the beginning of the movie, I was like, who is this guy? His voice is incredible. I would listen to this guy read anything. I'd listen to this guy read Terrifier 3 or something like that. Ben says skip it. Just vote it down. We're too far gone, Ben. We're too far gone. Gav, it's great to see you, man. Hope you've been well. Always love seeing you pop in, bud. All right, Megan 2.0 ended up in Burn My Eyes Out, in the front of Burn My Eyes Out, which I think means you guys hated it the most. All right, here we go, guys. Coming up next here, another Stephen King property that was adapted to film. He's been having so many lately, and really good reviews on the films. Whereas, man, when I was a kid, it was all over the place. It was like, Misery was an Academy Award winner, and then what was the? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember the other weird ones he did that were like the Night Flyer. Was that one of those? Yeah. Anyways, The Long Walk. Haven't seen it yet. I know. Crucify me in the comments in the live chat. But here we go. Voting is open for The Long Walk. Put in your votes. I have the feeling that this is going to be in the tippy top, if not very, very close. Yeah, Megan 2 is like a Terminator 2 kind of thing. It's more of an action movie than a horror. Long Walk was the best movie made in 2025, maybe years, says Joe. In my best men on film voice, hated it. The Long Walk or Megan? Most sequels aren't necessary, but you're picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah, I think it's like I just thought to myself, like, why did it have to change genres so quickly? You know, to go from horror to like sci-fi action was it's a weird pivot, especially so early on. Most movies make a gradual change and not right away in the sequel. All right, so The Long Walk is in here for a long time. It is the third best rated film that we voted on so far here tonight. And wow, The Virgin of the Quarry Lake is up there as well. I don't even know if I heard of that movie before tonight, and it's gotta be added to the list. So let's see what you guys are gonna put here for Keeper, another Osgood Perkins film of 2025. This one came out November 16th, I believe. I was there the night before opening night, so maybe that was the 16th. It might have been a Thursday that I saw it, but I think that was the release date. I really like this movie a lot. It is very much a slow burn. Like, you are not going to get excitement out of Keeper, but it is like a film nerd's slow burn kind of interpersonal relationship horror movie. And I liked it quite a bit. Did it make my top 10 horrors of 2025? I guess you're just gonna have to watch my video and find out, and hype the video so other people can watch it, and you guys can bitch at me in the comments, and you can tell me your favorite or your top 5 or your top 10, whatever you got for 2025. Let me know in the comments on that vid. And this one is wrapping up with Keeper ending up in the Here for a Good Time category. All right. Not bad. I think that's a pretty all right place for it. Okay, guys, I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025. Whew. Let's see what you guys think. 60 seconds on the clock. I Know What You Did Last Summer. See what you guys got to say. The Long Walk had some of the best storytelling, took an overall boring premise and made it fantastic. Yeah, it does look like walking and shooting. Like, people walk and people walk slower and then somebody shoots them. That's what it looks like from the trailer. Yeah, some of these are alternate posters too, Paula. So not all of the art. I mean, I think most of the artwork is not the main line artwork for the film. It's true, Tia. It's true. Interpersonal relationships are horror movies on their own. There is a different element going on in Keeper, you know. It's not just about, like, it's not that simple. I'll just say this. There is a supernatural element at play. I don't think that's really too much of a spoiler if I don't get into it even more or any more. Keeper was pretty good, but man, there were some dumb character decisions in it. Yeah, it's a really small story. I think it's just told over the span of like 2 days or 2 days, day and a half, something like that. Keeper wasn't a keeper. That's what not everyone loved it. I totally get it too. Gavin says, I Know What You Did Last Summer sucked ass. I am right there with you. And holy crap, we're already into the next one. Let me put a pause on that. I Know What You Did Last Summer burned my eyes out. That's how bad it was for you guys. And let's go ahead and continue with him. This movie I reviewed on the Horror Show channel. I actually wish it leaned more into the football stuff, because I could tell that the movie, at least it felt like to me, the movie was written by somebody that doesn't really watch or understand football, but they might have talked to some people that do. You know, it seemed like we want to make this movie about a cult, and jock culture seems so culty. Let's do it about a football player. And they got very surface level, in my opinion, on what they had to say, like the social commentary on sports culture, particularly like college and professional football. I thought was pretty basic for sure. And you guys end up putting him in That Was Something. Yeah, guys, I went to a press screening of him. I was fighting falling asleep, and the press screenings are at 7 p.m. and I'm a night owl. I usually stay up till like 3 or 4 in the morning. You can ask Ray for proof. But I'm sitting there in the theater, like kind of nodding off during him, just because it just really wasn't keeping my interest. I yelled at my TV a lot for I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah, I liked Tyreek Withers. I thought he was good in him as well. I think he's a great young actor. And I liked Chase Sui Wonders or Chase Sui Wonder. I don't know if it's Wonder or Wonders. One of the actresses in I Know What You Did Last Summer. I thought those two were the standouts for me. Everyone else was just okay. Freddie Prinze has never really done it for me as a performer. I don't think he's very solid. I didn't like the way that they took the twist because there's all sorts of plot holes and it doesn't seem very well motivated. I know what movie I didn't bother watching last summer. That's a good one. That's a good one, Aaron. I like it. I like it. Okay, let's go ahead and move on with Hell House LLC Lineage. I did not see this one. I saw the first Hell House LLC movie, and I thought it was fine. Like, there were a couple moments where they heightened up the scares a little bit, but found footage is a tough one for me. So just, you know, take what I say with a grain of salt if you happen to be a big found footage fan. I've heard so many good things about this franchise. This movie is the first movie, or I guess, you know, the only movie in the franchise to be a traditional narrative, like a traditionally shot film and not a found footage. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I didn't watch this one. I haven't seen any of the others. Yeah, the first movie just didn't interest me enough to make me want to keep on going. I feel like in found footage movies, you're waiting for so long and you get like these little bits. It's like this fruit that has a little bit of juice in it and you're just so thankful. You're like, oh, I'm so thankful. Thank you, fruit. But it kind of gave you nothing that substantive. There we go. All right. And you guys put Hell House LLC Lineage in here for a good time. How about it? Coming up next, guys, we've got Hell of a Summer. I did not see this one. The preview looked pretty fun and pretty interesting. I didn't hear so many great things about it after that. And I believe it had a pretty limited release out here in the Phoenix area. I'm on the West Valley, so there's way more theaters and stuff on the East Valley. There's more accessibility out there, and it's like an hour drive each way. So sometimes I just don't happen to be able to make it out to a movie. So I did not see Hell of a Summer. I'm curious to know what you guys thought. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know after the fact if you're watching after the fact, and let me know with your votes. Let's see where this one goes. We have 26 people participating and voting right now. You guys are awesome. 28 people kicking it with us on the live stream. Thank you so very much for spending some of your Friday evening here with myself and the lovely people in the community. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. It is totally free to do if you choose to do so. And 6 more super chats, guys, and I'll do a bonus late night stream tomorrow night. I'll just keep on going for y'all. And I'll turn into Loverboy again, and it'll just be like the worst thing that ever happened is somebody being nice to another person on the internet. God forbid. I'm just fucking with you guys. I know it's too much. I should keep it. I should keep the two things separate, but I got a really big crush on Ray, so fuck it. All right, 3 seconds left on Hell of a Summer. Oh, the frantic energy of the Davey Deathray. Let's see where that one ends up. It ends up in That Was Something. Was it that bad? How many votes did that one have? Just 9 votes. Okay, well, but 9 people. That means it didn't get that good of a score. How about it? Now, what's the next one that was coming up here? Wait, what happens if I do this? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I just want to make sure I wasn't going to fuck the whole thing up. All right. Hell of a Summer wasn't very good. Sorry, guys. Just want to catch up on these. I thought Hell of a Summer was fun. I'm still mad from watching the OG Blair Witch in theaters back in the day. Yeah. It was exciting at the time because we hadn't gotten anything like that other than like certain sections of Cannibal Holocaust. If you've seen that movie, it's got found footage kind of sections. But yeah, when I saw the OG Blair Witch, I was like 15 or 16 or 17. Oh, I guess that was like, it was 99 or was it 98? Was it 98? Yeah, I was like 16. It was exciting for what it was, but I knew it wasn't real even by the time I saw it. Let's see here. We got Cinderella joining us. What's happening, Cinderella? Hope you are doing well. Welcome on in. Yeah, you missed the crazy Stranger Things stream, Jamie. You did. It was wild. I was going to say what I said anyways. It just so happened that there were hundreds of people on the stream at the time. It was pretty cool. Dance Monkey Dance says Tia will do for $2. Thank you so much. There we go. There's your little dance. And here we go, guys. Next movie is Heart Eyes from February. 1 minute to vote. Let me know what you thought of Heart Eyes. I'll say it. To me, this is like the definition of here for a good time. You know, like this is the movie when I came up with that category. This is the movie I was thinking of. Because I'm like, this movie isn't, you know, Heart Eyes isn't like, guys, we're a really important, serious horror movie and we have a lot to say. Like Heart Eyes is like, go on a date with somebody and watch this really fun slasher that's a total throwback to like the stuff that makes slashers fun. And we're not trying to really like break any new ground or get too crazy with stuff, but it's going to be really fun. So, you know, it's almost has a bit of a Thanksgiving vibe, but I think that with Thanksgiving, Eli Roth really wanted to showcase like modern gore effects in a really cool way. Whereas Hard Eyes took it a little bit easier, at least I've only seen it once, but at least from my recollection, took it a little bit easier on the gore, but it's not like it's not there. And there we go. Heart Eyes is in here for a good time. It is in the pole position in that category. I'm so happy that you guys put it in there. Thank you so very much. You done good. You done good. You made Davey proud. Okay, Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I did not see this remake. Man, I may have seen the original movie just once when I was a kid from the, I think it's early 90s, mid 90s, something like that. But The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, I'm curious to know if any of you guys saw it, what you thought. I guess we'll find out here from our voters. But let me know in the chat or, you know, in the comment section if you're watching after the fact. Yeah. Yeah. I know, Ray. I know, Ray. It's terrible. Yeah, it's always cool when people come in and it's been a little bit. You know, Gavin was just in. That was awesome to see him. We've had Big Rod pop in a couple times as well. He's been busy, you know, with life and love and all that kind of stuff. So it's great when people can pop on in every now and then. No one's worse than me after a couple drinks. It's okay, Davey. The thing is, Keelan, I can't even blame it on anything. This is just my stupid brain wanting to do stupid things. Maybe not stupid things. My stupid brain wanting to pour my little heart out. That's all. It just feels good to feel, man. You know what I mean? All right, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. The voting is closing out. There we go. And that one ended up in here for a good time. Just 6 voters. Let me know in the chat what you thought of Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I'm going to let's see here. Skip on down. David's hooking us up with the $2 super chat. Says, not a horror guy, but you're great to chill with. That is a massive compliment. Thank you so much, David. Really do appreciate you. I used to feel the same way, like when I was playing music, even if I didn't like a band's genre, if they just like played so well and kicked ass at doing what they did, even if it wasn't my cup of tea, it's like, I can tell these guys are fucking killing it. Like it was, and it is fun to like, I always loved being able to give that compliment, and hopefully they didn't take it the wrong way. But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, the vibes are pretty rocking here. I'll give the credit all to everybody in the chat for that. I'll take like 25%, maybe. But thank you so much for the $2, David. We are one step closer, guys. So just 4 more $2 super chats, and you're going to get another stream from me tomorrow night. What do you say? What do you say? Loved Mason in this movie, and he was sexy. Paul is talking about Heart Eyes. He is a very handsome man, isn't he? I think he's just a very charming actor. I'm surprised we don't see him in much more, because I think he's got a natural way about him. It just feels very believable. Rick says, Hard Eyes is one of my favorites from 2025, despite a slightly wobbly ending. That's a good way to say it, Rick. I think, I think the ending just sort of got silly and convoluted, but also I can tell that they wanted to do something that wasn't too wildly predictable, and it does kind of feel like it's a little bit out of left field. I mean, when you end up, well, whatever, I don't want to spoil anything. The movie is almost a year old. but we do get a little bit of a kind of a mini twist about 3/4 the way through. And then we get like our full reveal at the end. So that was, you know, that on paper is cool. I think they could have done it better. And I think if we get a sequel of Heart Eyes, I think it's going to be better. Like, I like the vibe anyways, and I think they could do a better ending. Jamie saw the original Hand That Rocks the Cradle in the theater. You did. You do have to say it once, right? It's your thing. It's on a shirt. It's your thing. The dad in the OG movie was a hottie. I don't even remember. For shame. Keelan stands with me. Thank you so much. Thank you. But it's for Ray. Wait, what did I say? I have an abundance of love to give. Nothing wrong with that. No, it's for everyone, Erica. Come on. Be fair. Be fair. But maybe the other way too. Okay, so there we go. Hand That Rocks the Cradle is in here for a good time. Let's go ahead and move it on over to Frankenstein. Is it a horror movie? I think Mia Goth was right on this one when she said it was not a horror movie. It is a really well-made movie, though. How about that? I will say that. Let's see what else we got going on. Look at that. We got Mr. Happy Sanjo. What's happening, Koi? Koi, you are back to Happy Sanjo. I love it. I really like the screen name Happy Sanjo, but of course, it's your life. It's your presence. You know, use whatever name you like. Thank you so much for joining back up with membership. Guys, Koi was like our very first member, if not one of the first like 3 with you know, like Gina and Jamie, I think, if I'm not mistaken there. Great to see you. You know, Koi, it's funny. I was thinking about you. It was like a couple days ago because I was like, I haven't seen Critical Digit in a while. And I just figured, you know, he'll pop up at some point. I was like I guess I could always have reached out through Facebook, but it's so great to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. We should catch up sometime soon. I wish I owned the theater. The new owners suck. Oh shit, we've moved on from Frankenstein and I've missed it. It's gone on to Five Nights at Freddy's. So you guys put Frankenstein in here for a long time, up there with the modern classics. It looks like it's kind of near the end of that list. It is a really well-made movie. Yeah, I can't fault you guys for that. I don't think it's horror enough for me necessarily. I'm trying to think of like what was actually, like, I think the Frankenstein story in and of itself is like a horror story, but I think the way it was presented in this film was much more like romantic science fiction kind of vibe, you know. Again, just because there's blood and violence in a movie doesn't make it a horror, but very, very good movie. All right, guys, Five Nights at Freddy's. This one was like went completely over my head because I don't play the games. The first movie was a lot easier to understand. This movie, I saw it at a press screening and it was just a bunch of people like gasping and hooting and hollering at all of the references that they understood that I didn't. So it was one of these like everything's an inside joke. So if you're not familiar with the games, you're probably gonna have a tough time enjoying Five Nights at Freddy's 2, even if you enjoyed the first one, which I thought was like a good kids movie, like a good gateway kind of horror. And this one is rounding out in 3 seconds. Let's see where this one gets put. It's lands in That Was Something. And Joe, I see what you're saying. Anaconda's on this list. Yeah, I didn't see that one. Seems like a comedy to me, right? It's a comedy based on a horror. And it is the OG Koi with Happy Sanjo. Yes. Nanette jumping on in, one of our great channel members. What's happening, Nanette? This tier maker is making me realize I haven't seen very many 2025 horror movies. Most of them I've seen. I'm surprised because you guys, and Aaron, you've been here for a while. You guys that have been, you know, following the channel for any, you know, longer period of time know that I have plenty of blind spots. But 2025 was a, you know, a good year for me going to the theater. How am I the last person to find this channel? You know what? You are not, because we don't even have 2,500 subs. So if you want to make sure you're not the last person, Cinderella, to find the Davey Deathray channel, you could share the channel. and you could tell your friends like, oh my God, this is so much fun. Like Jamie Hart is there. A whole bunch of other awesome people are there. It's great. Live Tiermaker rankings, so much fun. So glad you're kicking it with us here. Beautiful film, but I'll probably never watch it again. Yes. Same thing with Nosferatu for me. Never gonna watch it again. Unless I'm doing it as a favor or for torture, which is, you know, could be a favor depending on the circumstances. Okay, next up we've got Final Destination, Bloodlines. What did you guys think of this one? I can tell you it's on one of my lists of either top 10 or top 10 worst horror movies of 2025. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. This movie did bonkers at the box office. They almost immediately greenlit the 7th film in the franchise. Really just within like a couple months, I think. They were like, yeah, we're doing it. And I think they're bringing back, maybe not all of the creative team, but some of the creative team is coming back, which is encouraging. They should get another crack at it. So pumped that you are kicking it with us, Coy. He says, I'm doing well. I'm going through a bit of growth and reinvention. It's a beautiful thing. So glad I caught the live, and congrats on the Stranger Things content success. Capture that lightning in a bottle, dude. That one, and you know, not all the Stranger Things stuff is hit. Like the shorts have hit pretty well. Let me pause the voting. The shorts have hit pretty well, Coy, but it was all sort of all over the place. And then Erica was like, you've got to cover this conformity gate thing. Go live before the supposed dropping of this secret episode, right? And so hats off to Erica for telling me to do that. I planned it. I was like, if we get a couple hundred people watching us, that would be amazing. And that stream freaked the hell out. It's so awesome to have you back, Coy. I hope all is well. I do want to catch up with you privately just so we can say what's up and everything. But I'm happy to hear that you're doing well, and pumped to have you back with us, bud. 100% a comedy, and there's a character that had me belly laughing a couple times. All right, so Anaconda, funny stuff. All right, what's happening, Matt Facci? We got Facci Cinema in the house, guys. One of our great Death Squad mods. Hope you are doing well, Matt. So good to see you, Matt. If you want to join us on the voting, the link is pinned in the chat. So we're doing a live vote on the 2025 horror films. Right now, we've got Fear Street's Prom Queen. I have not seen any of the Fear Street movies, guys. Let's see what you all think of this one. I don't remember hearing great things about this film, but I've heard people say nice things about the other Fear Street films. And these are R.L. Stine. They're based on R.L. Stine novels. Is that right? Because I only know R.L. Stine from Goosebumps, because that was like out when I was probably middle school or something like that. Or at least that's about when I became aware of those. I grew up with those scary stories to tell in the dark, the creepy drawings in those books. Freaky deaky. I'm going to catch up on the chat here. There we go. Coy liked the other ones. Yeah. That's what I heard. The other ones were good, but I heard this one was just sort of, didn't quite hit the mark. All right, this one is rounding out. There we go. That looks like Julia Louis-Dreyfus on the cover there. And Prom Queen, Fear Street Prom Queen ends up in Burn My Eyes Out. Maybe the worst voted film of the night. We will find out when all is said and done. Guys, we are kind of rounding the corner here. How about that? Coming up next, we've got Good Boy, a very different kind of horror movie that came out this year. That I quite enjoyed. The clock has started. Time to vote on Good Boy. What did you guys think? I think this movie was only like an hour and 15 minutes or something like that, and I was so appreciative of that. Good Boy was a fun time. There you go. Glad you dug it. Not perfect, but I like it. Yeah. I like the mood, I think, and atmosphere of Good Boy was really good. So, Aaron, I don't know if you saw Good Boy, what you think about it, but I think that had really good, the Dave McRae mood and atmosphere, for sure. Let's see here. Stephanie says, hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm late. Fell asleep wicked good nap, though. I am jelly because I got like 4 hours of sleep last night and stood all day. But I actually feel really good. Like anytime I go live with you guys, it energizes me. So I'm feeling pretty damn good here. I'll probably be up till midnight no matter what I do. That's just the way I'm wired. That's just the way I am. All right, let's see here. What else do we got? We got Eli Cortez, one of our great channel members in Death Squad mods. What's happening, Eli? And I totally negated to say that Stephanie is also one of our great channel members. Hope you are waking up nicely there, Steph. Cinderella says Good Boy is a masterpiece, and you guys put it in here for a long time. It is currently the 3rd highest rated film on the list. And wow, I totally blew by talking about Final Destination Bloodlines, also in here for a good time. And it's in the top 5 right now. Guys, Final Destination right now is beating The Long Walk for, superiority, because they don't do it by, it's all done by the amount of votes and how many votes they get for that category. So I guess it could be that more people have seen Final Destination. That could be a thing. But it speaks very highly of Good Boy that only 7 people saw it, and boom, there it is. That means the people that saw it really dug it. Maybe if you happen to miss it, it is worth your time. I think it really is, guys, just like 75 minutes long or something like that. It's really cool. Is that Strangers Chapter 2 I see at the bottom? 100 disagree with that, says Fachi Cinema. It is there at the bottom. And if it makes you feel any better, Matt, they hate me too, because they put Toxic Avenger in the second to last category and broke my fucking heart. Yeah. And Strangers Chapter 2 is, it is not very well liked tonight. Almost one of the worst voted. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Guys, I heard such bad things about Strangers Chapter 1 that I didn't even watch that one or the sequel. Okay, next up on the list is, what is this movie called? Exit 8? I've never heard of this movie. I don't know what that language is. I don't know if somebody can recognize it. Is it Korean? Is this a Korean horror film? Could be. I don't recognize anything about this movie, so color me ignorant, I suppose. But yeah, haven't even heard of it. Oh my gosh, the chat is just flying. You guys are amazing. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anyone. Toxic Avenger was a blast. I thought so too, Matt. I told them it was like, I felt like I left a rock concert, like a kick-ass fucking wild rock show. All right, 10 seconds left for Exit 8. And it is not getting much love. Only 3 people have voted, so I'm guessing just 3 people have seen it. I hope that if you haven't seen the movie, that you're at least that you're not voting. But I can't prevent it. Okay, coming up next, Drop. Now this movie, I think Drop is kind of like a single serving for me. But I do really appreciate how small the story is. It's got a Hitchcockian vibe with a very like new, slick kind of, modern feel to it, right? And Christopher Landon does a really good job of that. I think the Hitchcock stuff is, it's so tough to beat him for suspense. I don't think this movie quite reaches that, but it's very well acted. It was a good experience in the theater for me. What's his face? The guy that is the lead in it, he played the husband in The Housemaid. I didn't like that movie too much, but he's a really good actor and he's really good in Drop. So, if you haven't seen it, maybe check it out, find out for yourself. Let's see what you guys have to say. The clock is ticking. I realized I should have started that voting process before I blah, blah, blah about the movie, but, we can't be perfect here. Toxic Avenger was the definition of fun. Yes. Really? Y'all put Badlands on the bottom? Yeah, Steph should have been here, maybe. Sleepy Deepy. Yeah, man. That movie was, I just was like rocking back and forth in my seat. I had so much fun. Yeah, Brandon Sklenar. Yeah, thank you so much. He has some crazy, I'm never going to remember that name. But yeah, he's really good. I think Brandon Sklenar should be the new Wolverine. He's got the Logan look. He's tall. He's like 6 something or about 6 foot. So Wolverine's supposed to be like 5'3" or something crazy like that, 5'2" in the comic. But whatever. We're probably never going to get that in a movie, and that's fine. Hugh Jackman is a tall guy. So, yeah, Brandon Sklenar. Make him Wolverine. Do it. I told you it would be Tiermaker Gate. Oh, you were predicting. I thought when you said it at first, Erica, that I thought you meant that I messed something up, and that's what made it Tiermaker Gate. But yeah, you're just predicting that we're gonna argue and bitch about stuff. Hey, that's humanity, right? It's great. We're pretty fun here. These votes never go well with Davey. We'll see when we finish everything up. We'll see how it all shook out. Drop ends up in almost perfect. So you guys really dug that. The 8 people that voted really enjoyed it. We have 29 participants. That's amazing. Up next is Death of a Unicorn. I'm really looking forward to the John Carpenter unreleased Death of a Unicorn soundtrack, because he, made his own score. He and his bandmates made their own score, and they scrapped it and started over with something else. But John's going to be able to release it, or the film company's going to release it, one or the other. And I'm looking forward to hearing it, because I think John Carpenter's music's fucking great. His movies are amazing. I think he might have a better batting average as a musician than he does as a filmmaker. Although I think I enjoy, ultimately, if I had to pick between the two, I would pick the movies over the films, because the films have the music in them. So how about that? I'd still get to listen to most of his music. Not all. Death of a Unicorn, less than 10 seconds here. It's in Here for a Good Time, right between Shelby Oaks and The Ugly Stepsister. Just 7 voters. And I think you guys were a little nice on that one. I thought this movie was pretty confused tonally. Death of a Unicorn. Yeah, this movie was just sort of like, what is this movie? Is it a movie about a dad and a daughter not getting along? Is it a comedy? Is it a sci-fi movie? Is it a horror? Is it a horror? I don't even know if it really belongs on this list. But the word death is in the title, so I guess that's kind of how far it needs to go. But let's check out Dangerous Animals. Just 1 voter so far, and whoever they are, they loved this movie. So let's see how this goes. 56 seconds left on the clock, and here we are. Some of these have to be troll votes. He's a handsome guy. I was kind of jealous of him in The Housemaid. Yeah, he definitely didn't have a difficult assignment, but he is a legit strong performer. And yeah, I mean, I just hate when good-looking people suck at acting and keep on getting jobs. I am totally fine with good-looking people finding success in entertainment, but I just want them to be good at the job. Good-looking shouldn't be enough, but sometimes it is, or at least it is for a certain amount of time. See Jessica Alba. So guys, Dangerous Animals, this one is just boom. You guys love this. Only 7 voters, but it is right up there in the top tier. It is in the top 5 currently. It has pushed out The Long Walk for top tier horror of 2025. So let's see what you guys have to say about The Conjuring Last Rites. I gave this movie a miss. I've seen the first couple Conjuring movies. I thought they were all right. Again, religious kind of possession movies don't really do it for me too much. Also, the Warrens, we all know about the Warrens. It's just a bunch of bullshit. So the way I feel about these kinds of movies is just make up a whole new story that isn't based on a true story. Just make something up. Amityville 2, The Possession is just the first Amityville movie is based on something that really happened. Amityville 2, The Possession is just this wild batshit kind of possession story. There is a religious element there, but it's not based on anything that's supposed to have actually happened. And I think the movie benefits from it quite a bit and takes some big fucking swings. Goddamn, Amityville 2, The Possession is fucked up, man. And it could have been even more fucked up if they didn't put it through test audience and have a certain scene removed. I won't even describe the scene here. Maybe you guys can talk amongst yourselves on that one or search for it online. Big Annabelle made me laugh my ass off. Is there a Big Annabelle in Last Rites? I've heard one of the Annabelle movies is actually good, but I can't remember which one because there's like 2 of them, right? Yeah. I think Jacob Elordi's a really good actor. I don't know if you're saying cough Jacob Elordi like as a dig on him or if it's because you like him. But yeah, I think he's really good. Like he was my favorite part of Frankenstein. For sure. That Brandon Sklenar dude is a total hottie. Yeah. Oh yeah. He absolutely is. Davey was I have not voted once on any of these guys. You'd be able to see if I voted because I would have to scroll down. Or I guess, I don't know. I don't even know if you can see my mouse. I guess maybe I could vote on these. Yeah, I haven't been voting. I let you, it's a live audience voting, so I know you're probably just giving me shit, Joe. But just so you guys do know, in all honesty, I am not voting. You know, in actual elections or here. Just joking. I vote in real elections. Not always, but usually. Lately, absolutely. Okay, coming up next is Companion. I really love this movie. I'm not sure it's a horror movie. To me, it's just like a sci-fi thriller with some gore. But I'm not going to get mad at anyone that says it is a horror movie. I think, okay, enough of those elements are there. But I do really enjoy this movie. And Sophie Thatcher, oh, fuck. Yeah, here we go. 59 seconds. Let's see what you guys think of Companion. Yeah, I mean, and Sophie Thatcher's a good example of like a total cutie that acts very well. You know, Heretic was that movie. What was that? 2024? Damn, that movie's so good. Like, or was it 2025? Was it? No, it was 2024. Yeah, I thought that you know, Hugh Grant, if Demi Moore got nominated for an Academy Award for The Substance, which I thought she deserved and was really good in, I think Hugh Grant deserved one too. You know, I'm just saying, I'm not saying he deserved it over her or anything like that, but his performance in Heretic is so fucking good. The cinematography, like the shot composition in Heretic was gorgeous. All of the acting was really good. And Sophie Thatcher's got like this little bit of a different look. She's got something going on with one of her lips. I can't remember which one, but it's just a little bit different, but very, very charming. And yeah, she's a pretty gal. Jack Quaid is he Jack Quaid's it up. He's very, my complaint about Jack Quaid is like everything I've seen him in, he literally just plays the same. Like he plays it the same. He's just like the guy that's like, oh, I'm not worried about anything. Like everything's cool. Like I don't see very much range. So I've seen him in Scream 2022. I've seen him in Companion. Have I seen him in any little bits from The Boys? Little bits from that Novocaine movie. I haven't seen the whole movie, but yeah, it just seems very samey. Yeah, Heretic's dope. 2024, yeah. Yeah, I thought Heretic was one of the best of 2024. Sophie Thatcher, ay, says Aaron. CS Reviews jumping on in and says the disrespect for 28 years will not be tolerated. Where did it end up? Is it in the, oh, it's in the that was something. Yeah. So CS Reviews, welcome to the channel. I'm not sure if this is your first time. I think this is the first time I've seen you jumping on into the chat. You are kicking it with the Death Squad. Thank you so much for joining us. I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie. I might put it in that same category, so don't hate me. However, I think the Bone Temple looks like it could be so much better. And I reviewed 28 Years Later here on the channel. So if you want to hear all my stupid thoughts, and you can let me know your review in the comments, or you can link your review in the comments. But yeah, I was, I don't think it was trash like Joe. Joe, we love you, but I don't think it was trash. But yeah, I didn't, it was 2.5 out of 5. Sophie Thatcher is a fox, says Jason Carpenter. What's happening, Jason? 28 dongs later, says Ray. Yeah. My life story. Wait, what? No. I didn't say that. I didn't say that for everyone to hear. Okay, guys, let's go with Clown on a Cornfield. That is the next movie up. 59 seconds. Voting starts now. Man, this movie was like, I didn't know what the hell to think of this one. I love Kevin Durand. Like, he cracks me up every moment he's on screen. So I liked him in this movie, but Man, the most like cliched father-daughter dynamic I've ever seen. Like, how did this thing get popular? This is the most like basic, oh, we have to move to a new place, and you don't like having me as a dad anymore, and you're a teenager and you want to kiss boys and I don't want you to do that. It's like, oh my God, it's like all of these cliches like lining up, you know. We just lost your mother and we're moving to this new town. Just all of these. It's like, what am I watching? Is this Twilight? What's happening? CS Review says my top 5 horror movie of the year. Oh, let me pause this really quick and I'll be right back to you, CS. Clown in a Cornfield ended up in... Where the heck is it? Here for a Good Time. Right smack dab in the middle. And did I miss announcing one? Oh, Companion is in Almost Perfect. Yeah. I think it's a movie. Yeah, I'm putting it in that category. Like, I really enjoyed Companion. Clown in a Cornfield, Here for a Good Time. I'd probably put it in That Was Something, especially with the odd twist they make there. CS Review says my top 5 horror movies of the year. So I'll go back in order. Number 5, Weapons. Number 4, 28 Years Later. Number 3, Sinners. Wait, I missed one. Weapons, The Monkey, 28 Years Later, Sinners, The Long Walk. All right, there we go. Oh, I didn't even know he was in Lost. I watched 2 episodes of Lost and bailed. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see what you guys think of our next movie on the list. Bring Her Back from May. I believe this was the end of May. The Filippo brothers who brought us Talk to Me. I love Talk to Me so much. Bring Her Back is a tougher film, for sure. A really good sophomore effort from these guys. Thank you so much for sharing that, Erica. Yeah, guys, we have a Discord server. It's totally free to join. It's a lot of fun. We watch movies on there. We kick it. It's really great. CS Reviews, what are your favorite horror movies of the year? Let me grab the, I can actually share it with you. Unless one of the mods can get the link for the latest video and share it in here. I would like to keep an eye on everything going on with the voting and everything, but if you guys can't find it, CS Reviews, I can get you that URL. But yeah, I just released a top 10 horror movies of 2025 earlier today. So it's about 15 minutes long. Get through the top 10. I say my piece about each film and all that stuff. And yeah, you can if you have beyond your top 5, if you have 5 more to make it a top 10, then you can jump into the comments with that. Bring Her Back here is in the top 5. Speaking of top 5s of Here for a Long Time. So in the top 5 of all of these movies so far from 2025, we got Bring Her Back right there in the mix. And coming up next, we've got Bone Lake. Boing. In fact, I think I can do the boing. Let's do the boing, guys. Are you guys ready for the boing? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Erica. You were just so great. And Eli's in there with it too. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate the mods and everything they do. Even on a night that's chill and doesn't have 700 people on the stream, they're still bringing the A game. Let's see here. Bone Lake. I saw this one. Easily forgettable for me. I see that it's in Here for a Long Time. I don't think it's anywhere near a classic, but there are only 2 voters. Should I vote on this one, guys? Here, I'll vote on this one just to fuck it up. How about that? We'll see. That's the only one I voted on, and we'll see what it does to the final tally here. It does nothing. Bone Lake is in Here for a Long Time. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't like incompetently made. I just like, it just didn't interest me very much. There's not even like, it doesn't even get as sexy as I thought it would get based on the trailer and the marketing. How about that? Exactly. Swing. Bone Lake. Hated it. Very cool. Found your channel. Want to start a little review channel myself. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I do. A lot of the reviews I do on the channel are going to be like shorts. I do reviews over on the horror show channel, but I kind of backed off doing them here because YouTube seemed kind of confused when I do them, and the views just weren't really there compared to other stuff. So a lot of what I do here on the Davey Deathray channel is these, interactive live streams, topical discussions. I have guests on sometimes, stuff like that. And then, I cover horror news quite a bit as well. All right, let's see what we got for the Black Phone 2. The Black Phone 2. Is this going to make one of my lists from 2025? We will see. We will see. Let's see where you guys put it. This is a stacked group of movies. 52 of these horror movies from 2025. You figured out your headphones? I can vote if you want. Were there bones in the lake? No. Well, maybe by the end. I don't know if it is. We'll see. I'm just going to leave it where it's at. We'll find out. So I don't know if that one is in here. Let's see here. We are rounding out. 10 seconds left on Black Phone 2, guys. Get your votes in. I like that, Ray. All right. Black Phone 2 is in here for a long time. What are y'all smoking? Wow. That's a pretty... The drop-off between Black Phone and Black Phone 2 for me is similar to the drop-off between Megan and Megan 2.0. I really love the first movie. All right. Bambi, The Reckoning. Voting starts now. Another one of our Twisted universe movies. I've heard good things about this one, but I have not seen any of these public domain children's characters horror movies. So let's see where you guys throw this one. It isn't currently in Burn My Eyes Out. Maybe they are. I don't think so, though. Steph is a, East Coast person. She fell asleep earlier and she woke up. Let's see here. Keelan is on the East Coast. Ray is on the East Coast. Erica's on the East Coast. Bring Her Back was my #1 of the year. Ooh, bold choice, Paul. I like it. I like bold choices. Black Phone 2 was better than Weapons. I don't know. I'd have to see both of them again. Black Phone 2 was painfully long for me, I think, was one thing where I was just like, oh my God, dude, these scenes are like really stretched out. It's like the whole Stranger Things thing again. Bambi, The Reckoning ended up kind of in the middle of the Burn My Eyes Out category. And I don't know if I said this earlier, but also Conjuring Last Rites ended up in Burn My Eyes Out. So let's go ahead and get on to our second to last entry here. Ash. I have not seen Ash. Jamie's on the East Coast as well. Yes. F Bambi. F it in the A. Fuck Gregory. Fuck him right in the ear. Right, from South Park. Midwest, there you go. And I'm in Mountain Time now, technically, but I'm in Arizona, so we never change time. I think The Monkey is an underrated horror movie. Well, we put it in Almost Perfect, so you know what? You might be amongst some pretty awesome friends here, because so CS, if you think it's underrated, everyone here it's right there. It's almost in the tippity top. So yeah, you got some buds here, man. All right, let's see where Ash ends up, and that is in Here for a Good Time. That is one I did not see. And I haven't seen Anaconda, and apparently Anaconda isn't even a horror movie. Let's see what you guys think of the movie, though. And, I guess if you haven't seen it, you can just downvote it. The water is stiff. Swing! Ash was okay, not bad. Is it Black Lotus that did Ash? Is that right? I don't think I've seen anything from Black Lotus. And then Black Lotus also does music as well, right? I don't even know if Black Lotus is a man, a woman, or more than one people. I don't even know. You guys have to fill me in because I'm old and out of step. And I actually just finished my application for Shelby Oaks, so I'll be moving in there next week. I think Him is the most overhated horror movie of the year. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm a huge football fan, and it really fell short as a football fan. It didn't seem too insightful. I thought it was going to have a lot more biting commentary about, you know, sports culture and stuff like that. And to me, it was like really surface level. Yeah, I didn't hate everything about it. I thought it had some good performances, but yeah. Anaconda was not horror, says Joe. Not worth a second watch. But there is one character that has a few crack-up scenes. Are you talking about Steve Zahn's character? I think so. It's one man. One man is Black Lotus. Party over at Shelby Oaks. Hey, in Juneau, my hometown, just in case you didn't know, I'm from Juneau, Alaska. There's a place called Outer Point, and there's False Outer, and people would go party at False Outer. And so it was a big, like, all right, guys, party at False Outer. And you had to drive fucking forever, it seemed, you know, Juneau forever, which is like a half hour, like, to fuck all, in the middle of nowhere. CS Reviews, Megan 2.0 is my least favorite movie of the year. There you go. Moving into Shelby Oaks or The Home with Pete Davidson. I'll move into Shelby Oaks. Yeah. I didn't see The Home, and The Home isn't on this list, but it was a horror film of 2025. Let's see here. I don't even need to see it to know that I'm going to love Anaconda. Yeah, I saw a trailer. It looked like, you know, mildly funny. The Steve Zahn joke about being buffalo sober. Have you seen that, Jamie? I guess that's kind of fitting. I know you're not too far from that area. Yeah, no rule of Jenny Penn. There are some that didn't make it, guys. And some that are in here that probably didn't belong, for sure. So, again, I didn't curate this list. It takes a lot of time to create these. I just didn't have enough time I'm working 2 jobs. I'm doing the channel. I have a personal life. And, yeah, I just, you know, with the channel, like editing videos, and it just didn't work. So, wasn't able to put that one together. On smaller lists, I can make my own if they don't have something for it. But with these, I just sort of, you know, I find one, I search Tiermaker and find one that I think is suitable. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this, guys. We're just going to go through each one of these movies. So, all right. So in our Here for a Good Time category, we've got Sinners with 15 votes, and 10 of those votes were in that top category. That's why it's in the top spot here. Weapons is number 2 with 13 votes, 8 of them in the top category. Good Boy, 7 votes and 5 of them in the Here for a Long Time. Bring Her Back, 9 votes, 4 of them in Here for a Long Time. Final Destination, Bloodlines, 8 votes, just 3 of them in Here for a Long Time. So these aren't as lopsided, but it is still cool to see this array, you know, because each category has multiple, like a good amount of entries here. Dangerous Animals, 7 votes, 3 of them in that top tier. The Long Walk, 8 votes, 3 of them in the top tier. The Virgin of the Quarry Lake, 6 votes, just 2 in the top tier. Black Phone 2, 9 voters, just 2 in the top tier. So what is this, like a tie all the way down, pretty much? Oh, it should have gone down. It should have gone down in ranking. Really quick, just for shits and gigs. Wow, so if we do it as average vote, Good Boy is the only one that is deemed a classic. And only 2 in Burn My Eyes Out. Wild. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back in here. Frankenstein, 6 votes, 2 of them in the top. Bone Lake, 4 votes, 2 of them in the top. I guess that makes sense. Bone Lake. Companion, 11 voters. 6 of you put it in the almost perfect category. Silent Night, Deadly Night, 13 voters, 6 again in almost perfect. The Monkey, 13 voters with 5 in almost perfect. Predator Killer of Killers, 9 voters, 5 in almost perfect. Together, 13 votes, 4 in almost perfect. Interesting. Drop, just 8 voters, 3 of them in almost perfect. The Ritual, this is so wild. 6 voters and it's sitting in almost perfect, even though it had just as many Burn My Eyes Out as it did almost perfect. Very interesting. Rosario, 5 voters. Same thing, almost perfect and Burn My Eyes Out, tied at 2. This is interesting the way it does the voting. Heart Eyes in Here for a Good Time to kick off that category there with 7 in that category. VHS, or let's see, Heart Eyes had 11 voters. VHS had 11 voters as well with 6 in Here for a Good Time. Shelby Oaks with 10 votes, 5 of them in Here for a Good Time. Up Death of a Unicorn, 8 voters, 4 of them in Here for a Good Time. Excuse me, guys. Whew. Clown in a Cornfield, 9 voters, 4 from Here for a Good Time. Ugly Stepsister, 7 with 3 in the category. 6 with 3 in the category for Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Ash got just 5 with 2 in the category. Hell House Lineage, 4 voters with 2 in the category. Oh my goodness. My throat is so dry. Keeper, 4 votes with just 2 in the category. All right. And I don't think I need to give you guys as much information as I've been giving you. So let's just keep on rolling. 28 years later, 10 voters. 5 of them put it down there. Screamboat, 4 put it in this category out of 7. Presence had 11 voters, and you guys did not really like this one. Yeah. Fittingly in the That Was Something category. Hell of a Summer, 9 votes. We took a look at that one earlier. Him with just 6 votes. 3 of them in That Was Something. So yeah, this one definitely trending down for you guys. Five Nights at Freddy's, almost identical there to him. Toxic Avenger, not a lot of love. 3 Burn My Eyes Out. 3 That Was Something. Whew, man. Cronenberg's The Shrouds, not digging that one. Out of the 5 people that saw it, the best it got was 1 Here for a Good Time. Until Dawn got 1 vote. 1 vote. That Was Something. Oh my gosh. I know what you did last summer, Mike. That is the crowning achievement. 11 voters, 7 of them saying, fuck this movie, burn my eyes out, I never want to see it again. Megan, not far behind, 9 votes, and 6 of them saying, fuck this movie. Strangers Chapter 2, 11 voters, 6 of them saying, burn my fucking eyes out. Wolfman, 8 voters, half of them want their eyes gouged out. Badlands, same thing, 8 votes, 4 of them hate it. Conjuring, 10 votes, 4 of them hate it. Anaconda, 7 votes, 4 of them hate it. Bambi, 4 votes, 3 of them hate it. Ooh, Neverland Nightmare did not fare well either. Same vibe, 4 votes, 3 of them hated it. Pinocchio, 5 votes, just as much hate. The Parenting, I don't even know what this movie is, but you guys did not like it. Fear Street Prom Queen, not a fan either, with 3 votes putting it in this category. And Exit 8, which I've not heard of either, is in it's the best of the worst, with just 2 votes saying burn my eyes out. And there it is, guys. Let me put it up on the screen again. If you're watching this after the fact, jump on in and here, I'll put Sinners up since it's our winner. Sinner, winner, winner, winner. Let me know in the comments. Jump on down if you're watching this after the fact and let me know, which ones of these you care about most or can't believe. Like, is it that wild that Toxic Avenger is that low? I think it kind of is. Is it that wild that Bone Lake is up at the top? I think it kind of is. Yeah, I do. Well, there you go. There you go, guys. That's it. That's the 2025 horror movie ranking. And you know what, guys? Because you've all been so awesome and so sweet, even though you didn't vote the way I want you to vote, you need to vote the way that you believe in your heart of hearts. So because you guys have been so awesome, I just want to give you this nice round of applause. And that too. I wanted to give you the boing as well. All right, guys, let's see here. It has been just over 2 hours. I have to wake up very early in the morning, so I'm going to wrap this one up. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. from the stream side of things. So we didn't reach that super chat goal. That's totally all right. Thank you so much to everyone who did send in a super chat. I'm going to highlight those right now. $2 from Erica, a $1.99 from Brett, $2 from Joe, $5 from Ty Lee, $2 from Brett again, $2 from Tia, $2 from David, and Happy Sanjo became a channel member. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting the channel, not only by showing up to the streams, liking the streams, sharing it, all that good stuff, but you folks that are, you know, putting your hard-earned money into the channel. It really does mean the world to me. I love doing this, and for me, doing the channel is about, you know, just speaking my passion on film and hanging out with you guys. And I would do this no matter what. It's very sweet of you guys to support the channel the way that you do. And especially for those of you who, you know, you guys are members already, you guys are moderators and you're throwing money at the channel. It is very awesome and very sweet. Paul drops a $5 super sticker. Let me jump in and see if YouTube will let me look at that. Oh, sweet. It's a cute little pear-shaped greenish guy jiggling his hips, jumping up and down and laughing. Thank you so much, Paul. Really appreciate you. Oh, look at that. Keelan from Kill the Credits is dropping a $1.99 super chat. Guys, just 3 more and we will have met that goal. Let's see if we can do it before I log off, because I don't know how much longer my voice is going to hold up. But thank you so much, Keelan. Really do appreciate you, bud. Guys, if you have not yet subscribed over to Kill the Credits, check out Keelan's channel. I dig Keelan. Keelan's a fun guy. He's got, you know, good content going over there. He's been collaborating with Brett from Good Real Hunting on Chills and Thrills. It's been great seeing him over there as well. And yeah, Keelan's a great guy. Follow his shit. CS Review says, Eric the NATO soldier. Though the second half had a very different tone, especially with Eric. Oh, you're talking about 28 years later. Yeah, and that's the problem for me, I think, CS, is that it's just 2 parts. It's not a full story. So it didn't feel complete to me. And I know it's supposed to be a trilogy, but I still think the first movie should tell a complete story. Joe drops in $5 and says, hit that goal. The long walk was best. Screw Black Phone 2. I paid to approve this message. Yeah, I would put Black Phone 2 in like that was something or Here for a Good Time, because I was pretty let down with Black Phone 2. I didn't think it was poor filmmaking. I was just pretty let down. Davey, what's your most anticipated 2026 horror movie or horror movie you think is coming out this year? Evil Dead Burn. That's the one, Aaron. I am banking on Evil Dead Burn to be the best horror movie of the year. I trust Sam Raimi, Rob Tappert, and Bruce Campbell that they picked the right guy in Sebastian Vanacek. I like that we don't really know anything about it at this point. I expect to see a trailer April. It's going to come out in July. March or April, I expect a trailer. And I don't expect much in the way of advertisement for Evil Dead Burn. I think they're going to keep this one close to the vest. I'm very excited. You know, I think Ready or Not 2 looks pretty cool. I think Hokum looks really good. I really loved Oddity quite a bit and want to see what Damian McCarthy does next with Hokum. And it's got the imagery that just kind of creeps me out on face value. If Terrifier 4 comes out this year, which apparently it is, I'm just surprised we haven't heard anything about that yet. I would think by now with a movie like Terrifier 4, we would get like a date, a poster, you know, not a trailer or anything yet. We don't necessarily need that, but just something to like let the fans know, hey, it is coming out this October. Whenever that happens, whenever that announcement is made, if that is in fact going to be the plan for that movie to be released in October or whenever it gets released this year, it's going to be huge news. We're going to cover it here on the channel. So we'll let you guys, you know, we'll keep you guys up to snuff with Terrifier 4. And the reason why I mentioned that one, Aaron, is because, yeah, I think it's coming out this year. That's what I expect. And I'm just curious to see, you know, the expansion of the lore and how Damien wraps up the story. Now, I'd imagine they'll go back to art at some point, but I think this is going to be the end of art for a little bit, at least. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just curious to see what Terrifier 4 is going to be like, what the vibe is going to be like, as far as, are we going to see an increase in storytelling? So yeah, those are the ones that kind of like jump out to me right away. I'm really looking forward to Werewolf from Robert Eggers, because Nosferatu was like well made, but didn't really push the needle for me. And then let's see here. I'm going to do that. Okay. It was well made. It didn't really push the needle for me, but in Werewolf, I like Aaron Taylor Johnson as the lead. I think he's a fantastic actor, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in that role. Let's see here. Jason Carpenter says, can't wait to see Obsession. Cody is a good point of reference / compass when it comes to horror, and it comes out on my birthday in May. What day is it the 19th? Is that when it comes out? I'm May 18th, Jason. I don't know if you knew that. But yeah, I'm a May 18th baby. So how about that? Let's see what else we got going. The Ugly Stepsister was in there. Did I miss that one? No, I think I did. It's in the right in the middle of Here for a Good Time. Yeah. It's good. For sure. Evil Dead Rise, so good. Evil Dead Burn It Down. There you go. Hey, a pleasure hanging out with you, Jason. I hope you're enjoying your sober Friday night. And I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. Just over 2 hours here. I want to eat a little something and chill out and let my brain just relax before having to wake up and do it all over again. But my voice is going to get a rest tomorrow evening because we did not reach the super chat goal. So I don't have to worry about talking for 2 hours when I get home tomorrow night. So how about that? You know, but thank you guys so much, everyone that contributed, everyone that jumped in at the buzzer here with let's see here, with Paul dropping the super sticker, Keelan dropping the super chat, the $2, and then Joe with the $5. Thank you so much, guys, for jumping on in at the end there. Really appreciate you. Aaron says, so apparently that A24 movie I thought was called Needs to Be Heard. Is that? Yeah. Undertone. Yeah. It is, that trailer was interesting with Undertone. I didn't see the full trailer yet. I've just been so busy. I haven't watched the full trailer because I think they released the full trailer the day after that teaser. So, I haven't seen that yet. But I'll have to check it out because I read the premise on IMDb and it seemed like not the most interesting premise for a movie, unfortunately. But we'll see. I'll have to check it out. Look at that. Joe jumping in with the $2. Says, wait, there's more with another $2. And then Keelan says, they don't love you like I love you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. You guys get the win. Ray said it right there. So boom, we hit our super chat goal. Looks like I owe you guys a stream tomorrow. Keep an eye out on the channel, on the page. I am going to put out a poll for what you guys want to get into tomorrow. Maybe something where I don't have to talk as much, but you know me, I end up talking a lot anyways. So thank you guys so much. That is going to wrap it up for this one. I need to give my voice a break. I might need to use the facilities as well. You all are so amazing and beautiful and wonderful. Thank you so much for being a part of this community that we have that is just continuing to grow, and people are continuing to send in super chats and super stickers. Paul's sending in our little workout guy who says cool, and he's rocking back and forth. I don't know what he is. He's like a minty looking pear with a headband on. He kind of is like Luke Wilson's character in the Royal Tenenbaums. I quite enjoy him. That is going to wrap it up for this one, guys. Thank you so very much. I love you all. Shout out to the Patreon members, our YouTube channel members, especially all of our new subscribers and our new channel members as well. I know Trashbox Mandy gifted 5 the other night, and Coy signed back up today. So thank you so very much, Coy. Really appreciate you. Huge shout out to the Death Squad mods. Sharing the links, sharing the link to the voting, sharing the Discord, just keeping you guys in line, and also sending in super chats. You guys do everything. Thank you so very much. You all are awesome. And I will see you tomorrow night. It's going to be another 10 p.m. Eastern just because I'm working again. So I want to give myself a little bit of time to decompress. So, give give me a little bit of a break, right? A little bit of a break on that. But yeah, it's going to be another late night with the Davey on Saturday night. Thank you all so very much. I love you. And until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.